he is. Got one, got that one. Got that one. That's not a bad fish, folks. Little swim bait bass. Look at there, look at there. Ah, get in here. Oh, he's a good chunky too. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. The hook's about, I thought, ready to fall out. That's why I kind of swung him in real quick. Look at that. Folks, today we're at Parker, the Parker River here, the strip. And I'll tell you, this place can be a lot of fun. We're here in December, water's cold, but man, it is shallow. So there's a lot of shallow spots here. And one of the things that you can do here to catch fish is they love shad. This time of year, they like to school up and eat shad. And we've seen a lot of shad moving around on the bank. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna pull up something that resembles the shad. And what it is this little dipper. And I'm kind of swimming it right under the surface. And that fish came out and popped it. I had another one about 3 pounds. I picked it up, I threw it twice. It looked like about 3 pounds, follow it up, it saw me and turned. So you gotta try to make real long casts in this clear water. Give that fish a chance to track it down. But man, this is a lot of fun to throw this little dipper. This time of year, man, it can be tough. Like this particular body of water, if they're not pumping water, it is so hard to get the fish to bite. You gotta back off and do some drop shotting. But reaction's not all lost. A lot of times with a bait like this, you can still cast and wind if you love doing that. And you just gotta cover water. Find where the active fish are and just keep moving, but you gotta make long casts. This water is really clear in here. So I'm just gonna go down the bank and see what we can't come up with here. I've had a couple of nice ones look at it. Well, I caught one, lost the other one. He didn't really eat it. There's a big old catfish down there. But man, this can be a lot of fun. We're gonna just cover some water and see what happens. Oh, 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 got him. Oh, it's a big old striper is what that is, folks. Oh my goodness. He wanted that little swim bait. That is a big striper right there. Oh my goodness. Oh, I saw something jumping up here and we figured out what it is. Oh my goodness. Let me get all this stuff out the way. Oh, oh, he came off. Oh, he came off. Ah. Oh, I got him. A smallmouth right off that ledge. Come on, son. Right off that ledge. It'll push us back. I turned around after catching that striper and I'm like, there's gotta be some smallmouth in there. Might have lost the striper, but I caught the one I wanted to anyway. Nah, I don't know. That striper would have been great, folks. There's a certain time of day, man, I'll tell you, it seems like they seem to tend to wanna bite a little better. But you know what happens is as soon as they start moving a little bit of that water out of the dam area here on the river, it seems like it just starts activating everything and they want to bite better. And I'll tell you, this particular spot we're in has a real deep ledge on it, but right up here, it's really shallow. I mean, really shallow. That little swim bait, I'm just bringing it across, and all I'm doing with this bait is keeping it right under the surface, fast enough to keep it right under the surface, like it's that lone shad that got away from the rest of the pack. Man, bass, predator fish like that, they go after that single fish a lot. So it's always worth trying it. Keep that reel coming, keep it coming. See how I'm almost waking it? And they'll come up and get it. You gotta make long casts in this clear water though, I gotta admit. We gotta get back up on the shallow stuff. We got pushed off again. But it works. And what I'm trying to do is get from the deep up into the shallow where they would start feeding. And there's a shallow bar that comes across here. You get up in that stuff, you got a good chance of getting one. Got him. Got him. On that split shot. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, okay, come on, son. Come on, look at the size of that fish, folks. Come on. All right, we got one. I had to slow down, they quit running the current. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh. I can't get him. Boy, they got shoulders here. That's a good fish. Come on now. A good old smallmouth bass. Come on, you're done. I can't get my rod high enough to, there. Okay, so. That's a beautiful smallmouth bass. I'll tell you what, they are fun to catch here. They really are. But I gotta tell you something, man. They shut that power off, and now I had to come up with something else. I couldn't get them to bite that swim bait. I could get them following it, but they wouldn't bite it anymore. And it's been a little tough anyway. So what I opted to do is do something we haven't done in a long time. It's kind of almost a forgotten technique, is that old split shot. And I'm throwing just a Robo 5-inch curl tail worm, an offset shank hook. Let's see if we can put that in, and I'm gonna drag this thing. They're still eating the shad, but look at that. I call it the split shot. Here's something I'm gonna tell you. I make it a mini Carolina rig. I always have with my split shots, even when I was younger. I always loved it. But what it is, it's a weight up front, a bullet weight. That's a 1/4 ounce. I don't want nothing real heavy in here, okay? And then that's actually a little red bead. And then you have your swivel tied onto your leader. Oh, it's about 2.5 feet long, you know? And you drag this. Now this worm, it's a lot of fun to throw. You don't need the leader too long, but you just throw it out there and drag her back. That's all you have to do, is just throw it out there and just let the little bit of current that's in there, it ain't much, kind of drag this bait back, and you'll catch some fish doing that. You know, I was trying to think of something besides maybe a drop shot or something. Drop shot would obviously work, but when you gotta slow down, you gotta figure out some kind of technique. I couldn't get them on a jig, I couldn't get them on none of that stuff, so I opted on this mini Carolina rig, or what I call the split shot. A split shot, normally you pinch the split shot on the end of the line. This is kind of a better version. I like this one better. I don't like to pinch nothing on my line, especially fluorocarbon, and just drag it along. There, he's got it. He's got it that time. Oh, that's a better fish too. Just dragging that thing. That's a nice one. We'll let him run a little bit. Oh, I better back my drag off a little bit. That's a good fish. Come on, son. Come on. Look at the size of that brute. That's a good one. That's a good smallie. Spotlight me so I don't move. There we go. Folks, this is what makes fishing so much fun, is when you finally figure out, hey, you can throw that top water and throw that stuff, those swim baits, but man, when they quit running that water, it's all's not lost. They still have to run a little bit. There's just not as much as usual. And you just get down there where they're at. They'll sit on the bottom, right on those flats, and there you go. Get in here, son. Come on, you big old smallie mouth. Yeah, look at that. That's a nice one. That's a nice one on that split shot. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, son. Okay, we'll release her. What a beautiful fish. See you, baby. You know what? I love it. I forgot how much fun that split shot technique is. It's such a fun deal, especially on the river. You know what makes this a cool technique on the river? Is when you throw it out there, you can let it drift down a little bit. You can feel every little rock. You're not getting hung up as much. Through the grass, it'll pull through the grass perfect. It's just a lot of fun to throw. I'm throwing that shad color, and it's getting them. See if we can get us another big one. That's just a beautiful, beautiful color, isn't it? Look at that. Just a beautiful color. When they're eating the shad, that's what you want to throw right there. Let's get back at it. So what we're doing is right now I'm sitting in about 10 foot of water or so. Up there, it's like 2 foot. So I'm throwing it up there and I'm dragging it back, and sometimes I'll get up even in the 2 foot of water, bring your motor up, and then drag it uphill. And I'm just kind of going back and forth on this little spot right here. And they're here, I see them. I can't believe it's December and we're seeing fish that shallow. It's awesome, I love it. That's one of the things I love about this place is I'm a sight fisherman. So when I see fish shallow, I know there's gotta be a way to catch them. That's why I thought that little swim bait would be the ticket. And it would be if they were pushing the water. We caught a couple on it, we had a big striper, but now we're having to slow down. They're really not pushing anything. You don't see the waves going or anything. So we're just gonna do this for just a little bit and see if we can catch some more fish. But right now, that's a quality fish. Hard to turn down what we're doing now. We'll just kind of move around here a little bit and see if we can find some more. There he is. He's trying to set the hook on him. He was running with it. Come on, son. Right there on that ledge. I moved up just a little bit more into a little bit different spot there. Oh, he's a good one, see? There you go, another good fish. I thought I felt him tapping on that thing. Man, these smallmouth, they got shoulders. Come on, son. Oh, you're good. We got you. Let me get you. I got you. Man, I'm glad I didn't let him take that anymore. Look at that. Ah, nice fish. Nice fish. There you have it. Another beautiful bronzeback bass. I just love it. Yeah. All right, tune this thing back up a little bit. We're in 12 foot of water. There's a flat that goes right up in here, and what I'm doing is just pulling back off that thing, so we're catching some fish on it. Oop. Got him. I got that one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. I was dragging, looking for a fish. I was just dragging, looking for a fish, and he popped it. He had to be up there shallow because we just came over about 4 foot of water. Come on, son. Come on. Man, they don't want to give up too easy. Even this time of year, they don't want to give up too easy. Come on in here. You're just a little guy. All right, you're done. There we go. We'll let him go. Nice little fish. Not a giant, but a fun bass. You know, a lot of times what you do is you put your trolling motor on kind of low, enough just to keep up with the current and go forward, and you can drag it while you're looking. Of course, you know, I like to see the fish swimming around, but sometimes that's not the best thing. You know, you just drag it. Just drag it. But he was in some shallow water right there. We'll throw back out there and see if there's something, because we kind of drifted in shallow right there. This is real shallow right in here, so we're gonna move out. When you're doing this light line technique, what I like to do is I throw a small weight, but one thing that's real important, and it may not be here, but in a lot of places it is, make sure you use like a 10-pound test line for your main line, or an 8-pound, and then go down 2 sizes maybe smaller on your leader line. That way, if you hook the hook up on anything, rock or whatever, a lot of times you'll bust this part off and you'll still save your expensive tungsten weight, things like that. So I like to go downsize on the back line versus the main line, and that'll help you a lot in saving your weights and stuff. Hey folks, we're at DD26 Fishing with our very own Dave Davis, and they make all kinds of must-haves and cool items for your boat. And one thing we want to go over with Dave is one of the things that I've loved, it's a graph cover. How important is it now that we have to take our graphs off and take care of them? It's a computer, a $3,500 item, maybe more. And so tell us a little bit about your graph covers and what sizes do they come in?
There's no doubt, and you bring up a great point, it's an investment. It's the most expensive investment we have on our boat for the most part. When you start talking 3-4 graphs per boat, how are we going to protect these things, right? And so whether it's 7-inch, 9-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, any of the major graph brands, we've made a cover here that doubles as a carrying case as well. So when you're going down the road and you want to make sure that plastic cover's not blown off or there's not rocks hitting the back of the unit, water, whatever it might be, rain, this thing's going to help protect it. Then when you want to go into the hotel or the room at the end of the night, you're able to lock that thing up right in the compartment just like you would a laptop case.
Oh
so
man, I love
simple.
it. You can find this and awesome other products right here at DD26 Fishing. Make sure you check them out on their website. I got one. That's a big giant fish. I did get one of those dudes. Come on, son, he's a football. Look at him. Look at that. That is a football. What is up with that fish? Are you eating that much? You're flopping. Look how fat that fish is. He looks like a football. Look at that fish. He almost looks like he ate so much, he's just been sitting there. He couldn't be, that's probably, that thing's got a broken back or something, or had one as a baby or something. Look at that. I have never seen a smallmouth that short and big. See you, buddy. He'll live to see another day, that's for sure. Oh, that was great. I'll tell you what. We came into this little area. I saw him this afternoon when I was here throwing that dipper, and I saw some big bass in this area. And I thought, man, we gotta just try this little spot right here. Now that we kind of figured out kind of what was going on. So it was nice to catch something that big right in there. I thought I was snagged. I really did. The way that fish was coming in, I really thought I was snagged. Well, we're starting to lose our light. It's time for us to take off. Gotta go hit another lake, but I'll tell you what, I love Parker Strip here. This Parker area is just so much fun. We've had a blast on this river, and I'll tell you what, if you get a chance, come out and fish it. What's cool is we're in December, t-shirt weather during the day, and you get to catch some big old bronzebacks and have some fun. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing more fun than doing that, especially when some of the lakes might be a little bit slower at times. You can usually come here and still get bit and have fun. Get out here and enjoy yourself. Until next week, I'll see you. I'm Johnny Johnson. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about, folks.